What if the U.S. Air Force suddenly needed a fighter jet from the past to survive a future war? Because as global tensions rise, many military analysts are starting to discuss an aircraft once thought impossible to restore. A plane so feared that enemy pilots would change course as soon as it appeared on radar. This is the reality the F-14 Tomcat must face. And now, some believe that legend may be needed again. For decades, the United States believed that stealth fighters would dominate every battlefield in the future. And in many ways, they still do. Aircraft like the F-35 changed air warfare forever, undetectable by radar, connected through digital warfare systems, capable of striking targets before the enemy even realizes they are under attack. But modern warfare is evolving again, because today's threats are greater, faster, and more formidable. Cruise missiles, long-range bombers, swarms of drones, electronic warfare aircraft. Entire carrier strike groups may soon face a multi-pronged attack. And suddenly, military planners remembered something important. Range matters. Endurance matters. Long-range intercept matters. Exactly the missions the F-14 Tomcat was designed to dominate. The F-14 was born at one of the most dangerous moments in the Cold War. At that time, American aircraft carriers faced a terrifying threat. Soviet bombers armed with anti-ship missiles could launch attacks from incredibly long range. If those bombers got within striking range, an entire carrier fleet could be destroyed in minutes. The Navy needed something extraordinary, not just another fighter jet, but a Guardian, a long-range interceptor capable of detecting and destroying threats before they even got close to the fleet. And the result looked unlike anything else in the sky. Huge twin engines, vertical twin tails, variable sweep wings, a giant radar system hidden inside its nose. The F-14 looked less like a fighter and more like a predator designed specifically for war. The Tomcat wasn't just designed for combat. It was designed to intimidate. Its radar could track multiple targets at very long range. Combined with the AIM-54 Phoenix missile, it could destroy enemy bombers from over 100 miles away. That capability changed everything. Enemy pilots knew the Tomcat could see them long before they could react. And psychologically, it was crucial, because fear altered decision-making. Entire formations adjusted routes to avoid F-14 patrol zones. Its mere presence changed behavior on the battlefield. And visually, it became legendary. The spread wings, the aggressive silhouette, the roar of the twin engines during a carrier launch. The Tomcat didn't just dominate the airspace. It commanded attention. When the United States retired the F-14 in 2006, many believed its era was over forever. Stealth fighters represented the future. Maintenance costs continued to rise. The Tomcat was complex, expensive, difficult to maintain, but warfare has a strange way of repeating itself. Today, carrier groups once again face long-range missile threats across vast oceans. And stealth alone may not solve every problem. Modern naval warfare demands rapid interception at very long ranges, especially against cruise missiles and coordinated air attacks. And suddenly, the Tomcat's original mission sounded relevant again. Long-range fleet defense, extensive radar coverage, high-speed interception. Some analysts believe that a modernized version of the F-14 concept can still offer a valuable strategic advantage today. Not because the aircraft is perfect, however, because the fort was built for the type of war that might happen again. Modern warfare isn't just about destruction. It's about pressure, uncertainty, deterrence. The F-14 created all three. Its very existence forces the enemy to think differently, to hesitate, remain cautious, and sometimes, hesitation changes history. Even today, few aircraft carry the same emotional weight as the Tomcat. It represents an era of extraordinary American air dominance, a plane so iconic that decades after its retirement, people still hope to see it again, not just out of nostalgia, but because the Tomcat represents power in its purest form: fast, aggressive, relentless. Today, somewhere far beyond the horizon, America's carrier strike group continues to move silently across the ocean. Radar stations remain active, pilots wait alongside armed aircraft, and military planners continue to prepare for a conflict that might come without warning. The F-14 Tomcat is officially history. But history has a strange habit of repeating itself when the world becomes dangerous again. Because some aircraft are more than just machines. They become symbols, warnings, legends, and even now, many still believe that if the skies truly become dangerous again, America might once again place its hope in the aircraft that once fearlessly ruled the seas. A fighter that terrified enemies long before a missile was launched. A plane that turned air superiority into psychological warfare. The Tomcat, not just remembered, but waiting. See you in the next video.